Hey guys, how we doing today? Welcome back to the Joy of Resin. We are doing stuff. We are doing a deep pour project, doing the next steps on the inkwell for my business partner, and then using some of the remainder to finish off these pieces from the other day. We have an octopus and two kitties who just need a base coat. So for this piece, we are using clear with a shitload of gold flake. That is an absolute shitload of gold flake and actual gold resin or gold mica powder. That word got away from me for a minute. So for anybody who's using a vacuum chamber, I learned this lesson before and forgot it today. Make sure your resin is at least a little bit warm. Like, put it on the heat, set it in the sun after mixing for a few minutes till it's like, low viscosity. Because if you don't, the vacuum chamber is not nearly as effective. It takes forever to get the bubbles out. This took me close to an hour, so I have very little work time left on this piece. Thankfully, I don't need a lot of work time. Okay, so first we're gonna... How do I want to do this? Okay, I'm gonna do this first. Very thin ribbon of gold. Not that thin. Okay. So we're going to pour the clear dead center. And place his little dollar bill sign. Stay. All right, and then we're going to fill it up so that this pushes the gold out towards the edge. Like so. Okay. All right, before I finish off my main project, I'm going to finish off these little guys. I wanted a really solid, really dense gold for the main piece, so I used a whole lot more mica powder than I usually would for such a small amount of resin. Normally I would do, half a teaspoon or even less, a quarter or an eighth of a teaspoon. But for this and this is in 300 milliliters of resin. But for this one, since he wanted like really gold, I went with like a full teaspoon of mica powder. And if that don't look gold, I don't know what does. Right. I want to do something a little bit more exciting with the actual octopus because octopuses are a little bit more exciting. So I'm going to add some alcohol ink before I add my gold. Okay. Now that we have that, throw in some of the clear. And then fill it up with the gold. Okay, that's all set. Okay, so now I'm just going to do one more thin ribbon of gold. If I can get it down into that outermost edge, hopefully without making a mess. Okay, success. Gently, gently scrape the barrel. Okay. And then once again, we just fill up the center and let it self-level. Okay. Don't want the dollar sign covered up that much. These things are great for anybody doing deep pour. They're like a couple dollars at Lowe's or Home Depot. All right. So let's try to extract that real quick. Nope, come back. All right. All right, just pushing the gold flakes out of the center a little bit. Put that back in on top of the gold flakes. Kind of wish I had set some aside that was just pure clear, but I didn't. So we're going to see how this turns out. Okay. Well, there you have it. All right. I'm going to move this to the cabinet and get cleaned up and go eat some pie.